Panthers team, it is that time of the year. It is time for EOG Olympics. We're going to go ahead and go over the rules of Olympics and how to play so that you are best prepared when we get started. Now, it's important that you ask any questions you have to your teachers so that when we do get started, you're super clear. Let's first talk about what to wear. You want to try and wear closed-toed shoes and clothing that it's very comfortable in, that you don't mind getting a little dirty and a little sweaty in. So shorts and a t-shirt are going to be best. Flip-flops may not be a good idea in case somebody accidentally steps on the back of your flip-flop. We don't want it to break. Make sure that you're comfortable and that you're able to move around in the clothing that you're wearing. So the first question is, where do we play the Olympics? Well, the Olympics will be held in the multi-purpose room. We're going to take all of the chairs, the pianos, and everything out of the multi-purpose room so that we have plenty of space. Now, who is on my team? You'll be in groups of 5. Your teachers have already created these teams so that they're a fair balance of all of your strengths. However, everybody in the Olympics is from the Panthers team. Now, what will the multi-purpose room look like? Don't be too overwhelmed by this. All you're going to focus on is your one row. But just to show you, there's going to be some groups on the stage, there's going to be some groups on the floor, and there's even going to be some groups on the ramp leading to the stage. Now, just to walk you through what all of these different symbols mean. The triangles are going to be 2 different groups. We're going to have 2 teams to 1 row, and we're going to call them Team A and Team B. And when we start the Olympics, you're going to be behind a table, which is what's represented by this half circle in orange. Now, the rest of your row is taken up by 4 question folders, which are the stars, and 4 physical task bags, which are the pink circles. Each row is set up exactly the same way with the same questions and the same physical challenges. So what will your row look like? Well, this is an actual picture of what your row will look like. Your folder is going to be on the floor with your questions, and then you're going to have some paper bags with materials for your physical challenges. How do I play? Well, once we go ahead and blow the whistle to get EOG Olympics started, Team A, which we're going to call the red triangle, is going to run out from behind the table and run to the first question. You'll see that you should get on the floor and go ahead and work together on that question. Now, you're going to have an adult in your row with the answers. Once you feel confident with your answers, the adult will check you off. You must get 100% correct in order to move on to the next part. Once the adult checks you off and you get 100% correct, you're then going to run to the first physical challenge bag. Your adult is going to tell you what your physical challenge is, but it's up to you and your team to figure out what materials you need from that bag in order to successfully complete your challenge. Now, once you have completed your challenge, your adult will tell you that you are good to go. At that time, you are going to run back behind the table and tag Team B, which is the blue triangle. Team B is then going to do the exact same thing that Team A just did. They're going to run to the first question and answer it. They must get 100% in order to move on. And then they're going to run to that first physical challenge bag and complete the physical challenge that the adult tells them to complete. Once they've done those 2 things, they're going to run back behind the table and re-tag Team A. Team A is going to come out, and this time, they're not going to go to the first question. They're not going to go to the first physical challenge bag. They're going to go to the second question, and it's going to be from a different subject this time. But again, they're going to work together to answer that question and then get it checked by the adult. Once they get 100%, they can move on to their next physical challenge. Again, the adult is going to tell them what their physical challenge is. They're going to complete it and run back behind the table and tag Team B. Now, Team B is again going to repeat the same exact process as Team A. They're going to skip the first question and the first physical challenge, and they're going to run to that second question, get 100%, and then do the second physical challenge and get 100% on that. Once they finish, they're going to run back around the table and re-tag Team A. Now, you are going to complete this process for the entire row. You should do question 1, challenge 1, question 2, challenge 2, question 3, challenge 3, and question 4, challenge 4. But that is not it. You are actually going to go through your row a total of 4 different times. Each time you're going to get a different question from your folder, and each time you're going to have a different physical task. What this means is you're going to have a total of 16 questions and 16 physical tasks that you and your teammates must complete. So what do I do when I'm standing behind the table while the other team is working on their questions and physical challenges? Well, we're going to have some brain teasers and puzzles for you to work through so that your mind stays fresh for the next EOG question. So how do I win? Well, the first row, which is made up of Team A and Team B, to complete all the EOG questions, remember there's 16, and all the physical challenges, there's 16 also, and all of their puzzles back at the table will win. So what are the expectations that you must follow? Well, it's a given that you need to work together. You also need to spread out the work, though. It's not a good strategy to have one person working on everything because you're going to go much slower. We've balanced out the teams so that everybody has a different type of strength. So make sure that you use each other to work as quickly and accurately as you can. While a lot of the physical challenges involve you working together, none of them involve pushing and shoving. So please don't do that during the Olympics. Be really positive with your words and encourage each other so that we can move as quickly as we can. And also, make sure that you follow directions from adults the first time that they're given. Keep in mind that the adults in the room are teachers, volunteers, and administrators. On the Panthers team, we don't have a big issue with people disrespecting adults, but it's important that we remind you of these expectations. We do have teachers walking around who are not responsible for an individual row who will remove you from the Olympics if you can't follow the directions. We want it to be lots of fun for you, and we want to be able to give you a chance to relax and let some energy out before the first EOG. If you have any questions, make sure that you ask your teacher before we begin the Olympics. It's important that we work out any misunderstandings. Good luck to you and your team.